Pocket watching. This video is going to explain why pocket watching is probably what you need to do in order to change your life. So I made a video the other day and someone sent a message that actually gave me an idea, because when I read it, I was like, well, I hope you are pocket watching. But then I started reading it for a while and I was like, well, they probably meant it in a negative way. And I'm like, well, I used to think like that, and there's a lot of people who still do. So I thought that making a video as to why pocket watching would probably make you more money, that would change how you perceive life, and because you perceive life in a whole different way, that the way you view your finances will be different. And that's what this video is about. So for those of you who know, I like to learn stuff and then test it out to see if it really works. And then if it really works, I find people who I think it will help. And then I sell it to them for a fee only if they are willing to invest on themselves, because I will charge you so that you can pay attention. Because when I used to give valuable information to my friends and family for free, I would get shunned. I would get the one called out for being a bad person. It's like, no, that's not really what's going on. I'm trying to help you because I see the real you. You're kind of struggling right now. Why are you buying all these things that you can't afford just to make these people feel like you is something? And you don't need to prove anything to them. So what I realized is if your parent used to do that, when you was a child, you wouldn't know that they were just going through a hard time. And you would actually learn that that was a way of life, that mom and dad actually felt embarrassed about money, so we never talked about it. But for a lot of you, you don't realize that eventually they got back on their feet, and that mental picture they had on money at the time is not what they currently have right now. But because you learned that lesson at that age, you put it in your subconscious mind, as in you put it in your rucksack and continue to live life. And that's how our subconscious works. If you drive the same way home to work every day, soon you're going to know the route to and from your job or wherever. And you will start to daydream. You would start to daydream. Many of you would get home and be like, oh my gosh, I'm home already? That's called a trance. That means you was doing something so mundane that your brain actually had a chance to take a break. So when they did that to you, right? Because they didn't mean to teach you that habit, although there are some parents who have self-esteem issues, so they intentionally will play mind games to their kids. And you now, the kid being manifested into an adult, have the same mindset that was drilled into you by maybe a insecure guardian or parent or someone who was embarrassed about. All the beliefs you have right now is from someone else. And I'm making videos to show you guys one by one. And I don't care how much I have to take, because I love talking about this. So my wife will tell you when I'm not making videos, for my friends, my close friends that know me will tell you, yeah, if you're just around Keon, this is who he is. I'm always thinking of an idea to make a profit because I always loved making a profit. So this isn't a special thing that I'm trying to do. This is who I am. And I have an interview with a close friend of mine who was able to learn some of the mental prisons that he was put into, and he was able to break himself free, not only to become financially successful, but he used that same mindset to now have lost over 70 pounds. And I want to share that with you guys. And if you're interested in seeing that interview where he went from making $50,000 a year, because the average salary in America is about $47,000, unless it changed within the last, it probably changed because of a lot changed with the new presidency. And I was deployed, so sorry if I'm still catching up into reality. I've been gone for a while. But he was able to go from 50,000 to well over six figures. And in this interview, you will see how he says it. He says like, yeah, I make well over six figures. And he did all of that in less than a year. And if you guys are interested in listening to that interview, just DM me and let me know and I'll send it to you.